Okay, so this video is for the review for the first quiz in geometry. The quiz is on points, lines, planes, rays, and segments. Okay, so let's get to it. Number one, name 3 collinear points in the diagram below. Collinear means that they are on the same line. So name 3 points that are on the same line. And the only option is these ones right here, A, B, and C. Those are collinear. So if you want to just put capital A, capital B, and capital C, that's fine. I'm just going to write points A, B, and C. Points A, B, and C. Okay, number 2, name the plane and the line shown below. So there's a bunch of options for this one. For the plane, let's start with the plane. You need to use at least 3 points in the plane, so you cannot use plane J. Ignore the J, you don't need that. And the 3 points that you use cannot be collinear, so you cannot call it plane KLM. You have to name it with 3 points that are not on the same line. So for example, you have to write out the word plane. And I'm going to go with KLN. That's not the only possible answer. You could say KMN, LMN. Just make sure the 3 points you choose out of these are not on the same line. Okay, so we name the plane. Now you have to name the line. So when you name a line, you use 2 points. So I'll say that's the plane. Now for the line, I'll use these 2 points. I'll use K and L. And that's the symbol for a line. 2 arrows. Okay, use the diagram below for numbers 3 and 4. Are P, L, and N collinear? Well, that's P, that's L, that's N. They are not on the same line, so they are not collinear. So the answer for that one is simply no. Are points P, L, and M collinear? P, L, and M, yes, they are on the same line, so that one is yes. And it said, if so, name the line in which they lie. So you're going to have to use 2 letters. Any 2 letters you want. I'll go with P and L. Again, only 2 letters for a line. And this is the symbol that goes above it. Okay. Moving on to the second page. Name the 2 rays below. You just have to make sure you start with the end point, and your arrow always has to point to the right. So I'll start with this one, HG. And that's the symbol for a ray. The arrow always points to the right. And AB. The arrow always has to point to the right. Number 6, name an opposite ray to BA. Okay, I'm going to color BA in blue. Okay, this is BA right here. Hopefully you can see it. Name an opposite ray to that. Now, people will be tempted to say CD. That is not correct. An opposite ray to BA has to start at B and go this way. So the answer is the ray I drew in red. So I'm going to I'll call it BC, or you could call it BD, either way. Okay, but again, this is BA, so opposite to BA starts at B and goes the other way. Number 7, what is the intersection of plane P, which is this horizontal plane, and plane Q, which is this vertical plane? The intersection of 2 planes is always a line, unless the planes don't intersect, in which case they're parallel. So the answer is going to be some line. That's why I'm drawing the line right now. 2 arrows. So what is the line? It's this line right here. Label it with 2 points, so I'll say AC. Or you could call it BC or AB. Okay, 2 of these points, and it's a line. So you put the line symbol above it. Number 8, what is the intersection of plane QPR and plane QXW? So plane QPR, I'm going to color that in. That's the front plane, and QXW. QXW is this plane right here on the left. So remember, what is the intersection of 2 planes? So the answer is going to be a line. And you'll see it's this line right here, this one that overlaps. When you color in the front plane and left plane, that's that thing in red, that's where they overlap. So QP, line QP. Numbers 9, 10, and 11, just want to make sure you know the difference between these. Draw and label a line. So you're going to make sure you include arrows on each end. Arrow, arrow. And label points A and B, because the line contains those 2 points, it says. Number 10, draw and label a segment. So a segment has 2 endpoints. So this will be my segment right here. Endpoint, endpoint. Endpoint C and D. Draw and label a ray. A ray has 1 endpoint. So this will be my endpoint. Goes on forever in one direction. Endpoint E. That's my endpoint. And it contains point F, so I'll put an F right there. Number 12, draw and label opposite rays GH and GI. Okay. So let me start with G. This will be GH. Right there. Okay. So GH, ray GH starts here, goes that way. Ray GI will start here and go to the left. So let me label point I right here. And those are opposite rays. GH starts at G, goes to the right. GI starts at G and goes to the left. So they go opposite ways. Those are opposite rays. Opposite rays go opposite ways. Okay. Last page. We're going to use that diagram for numbers 13 through 16. Number 13, what is the intersection of line AC, right there, and line BD? Right there, point C. What is the intersection of plane T, which is this plane right here, see the T, and plane N, which is this vertical one? 2 planes always intersect at a line, and the line is this line right here. Use 2 letters, so I'll use letters B and D when I name it. So I'll say line BD. Or you could say BC or CD. Name 2 opposite rays, so I'll say ray CB and ray CD. CB and CD. What is an alternate name to name plane N? You're going to have to use 3 points. Make sure they're not all on the same line. So I'll say plane ABC. Number 17 to 20, true or false? Number 17, points A, B, and C are collinear. That is false. They are not on the same line. Number 18, points A, B, and C are coplanar. That is true. They are all in this plane. So that one is true. Number 19, point F lies on line DE. This is line DE right here. Point F is not on that line. Point F is right there. So that one is false. And number 20, the intersection of line DE, which is this line right here, and line DF, which is this line right here. It says the intersection of those two lines is point D. That is true. And that's the end of the quiz review. I hope that helped.